Hi, next I want to share with you the 3 approaches that I see people use in Ambit Energy and the success rate of each of those 3 approaches. First, people will try to sell people into becoming their Ambit Energy customer. And it sounds something like this. Hey Mary, it's Brian, how you doing? Hey, fantastic. Hey, listen, I just joined a new company, it's Ambit Energy, and we're going to save you X% on your energy. We have a guaranteed savings program, and you're going to get a free getaway weekend for 3 days and 2 nights, and you're going to get free energy, you're going to get a free website. It's going into a feature benefit presentation to try to get them, or what I would call convince them, to be your customer. And what I can tell you now that I have hundreds upon hundreds upon hundreds upon hundreds of thousands of customers and well over 85,000 consultants in my organization, is that if you use that approach, depending on who you are and who you're approaching and your credibility with the person that you're approaching, you're going to gather about 1 to 3 customers out of every 10 that you acquire. So the second approach you can use with Ambit Energy is what I call the favor approach. Just calling up a friend, a relative, a coworker, a neighbor, somebody that you know, love, or trust, and asking them to do you a favor. If you really think about it, in the psychology of asking somebody to do you a favor, people want to help, And if you've done a favor for somebody, that's one of the first people that you'd want to call. So you're going to call up your friend Mary and go say, hey Mary, it's Brian. You're going to check and make sure that it's a good time and that you're not going to get interrupted. Hey Mary, you got an extra couple of minutes, I want to ask you something. And Mary says yes. And it's going to go something like this. You're going to say, Mary, I really need you to do me a favor. It's not going to cost you anything. It's not going to change anything you're doing now. And in fact, it's going to save you some money. And if that were the case, Mary, could I count on you to do me a favor? And Mary's either going to say yes, or she's going to say, what is it? So if she says, what is it, you want to repeat that again. Well, Mary, it's not going to cost you anything. In fact, it's not going to change anything you're doing now. And in fact, you're actually going to save some money over what you're spending right now. And if that were true, based on all the favors I've done for you in the past, Mary, if all those things were true, would you do me a favor? And you're not going to go any further in the process until Mary says yes. So as soon as Mary says yes, then you go into the feature benefit. Well, I've joined a company called Ambit Energy, and they're a retail energy provider here in the state of Texas, or they provide electricity and gas here in Albany, New York, or whatever is appropriate for your particular market. And you're going to go in to start talking about the getaway weekend, the travel reward points, and the free energy. But it's that commitment that when you ask for that favor, that'll have about 3 to 5 out of 10 people you ask will become your customer, versus if you use the feature benefit approach, or approach number 1, where only 1 to 3 will become your customer. So again, you're going to increase your odds, almost double your odds in getting somebody to become your customer by using this approach versus a feature benefit approach. The third approach by far is the most successful way to obtain customers in your Ambit Energy business. I have people ask me all the time, Brian, should I talk to Mary about being my customer, or should I talk to her about becoming a consultant? And so in the third approach, you're going to talk to Mary about becoming your consultant. What you're going to do is you're going to use the simple system that's available for you to review here on topambitleaders.com. You're going to make a written list. You're going to invite people to take a look. They're going to look via the internet or the DVD at the presentation, and then they're going to go into validation with the 3-way call, or take them to a meeting. And through that process, they can say one of 3 things. They can say, yes, I want to become a consultant. At that point, you sign them up as a consultant, let them become their own first customer. Or they can say, no, I'm not really, the timing's not right, I really don't want to become a consultant, whatever it may be. And at that point, you sign them up as a customer. So if you'll go out and you'll approach people on your written list to become your consultant, you're going to have a number of them that, for whatever reason, whether it's financial or the timing's not right, or they just don't see themselves doing something like we do it with Ambit Energy, you're just going to sign them up as a customer. And what I'll tell you is this: with thousands upon thousands upon thousands of consultants in my business and hundreds of thousands of customers, what we find is about 8 out of 10 people that say no to the business opportunity, in other words, don't want to become your consultant, will become your customer. So you can use approach number 1. Approach number 1 is going to get you about 1 out of 3, and that's the feature benefit approach, where you're trying to sell them the Ambit Energy service. Or you can use approach number 2, where you're asking them to do you a favor. And you're going to get about double the success rate of approach number 1, somewhere between 3, 5, maybe 6 out of 10 to be your Ambit Energy customer. Or you can talk to everybody you know about becoming a consultant with Ambit Energy, and you can get 8, 9, maybe even 10 out of 10 to become your Ambit Energy customer because they're really, really comfortable with the company and they understand the power of them becoming a customer and what a great favor it would be for you and your family in building your financial dreams.